Hello Scorpio friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Scorpio September 2022 Astrology Top 5 Things to Know Horoscope Forecast. Definitely go to anniehelpsyou.com. That's the interface for all the free goodies I make for you each month, and you can find that link in the notes underneath the video or podcast. This is for you if Scorpio is your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, or any other Scorpio placement that you watch for. This is going to be part of your astrological picture. And if you're a very late degree Scorpio, so birthday like November 15th through the rest of the sign, or 23 degrees of any Scorpio placements you have through the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to my Sag report, because the Scorpio and the Sagittarius reports will hold pieces for you late degree friends. Let's get into the top 5 things to know for this month. We're going to start right with number 1 to let you know that it's eclipse season again. Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle. You guys have been getting rocked with this, and it is not done yet. Although the eclipses aren't actually until October and November, it is very important to start to put you on high alert this month in September, because eclipse season starts 4 to 6 weeks before the actual eclipse, and that places us into that covering most of September. So the news, the dramatic endings, the non-negotiable changes, the brilliant hellos, the transformation, the epic manifestations, the staggering shifts that were not welcome, but the things that you've been trying to manifest for a long time gelling, all of those things are encapsulated into what the eclipses can bring, especially when they're targeting you as they still are. Okay, so expect a massive amount of transformation, and the types of themes that have been coming up over the last year, those types of things are going to continue, and the hot spots that we've had with the eclipse times have brought them front and center. July and August, we sort of had a little fading into the backdrop, and now everything is coming up again. There's going to be a lot of information around you versus other people, your partnerships, your relationships, codependency, interdependency, shared resources, your stuff versus other people's stuff. Those themes are going to be very current, and you'll see them starting to activate very strongly again now in September. I will drill into more details about how you might see those specifically manifest in each month that they happen, October, November, for each eclipse that is occurring. Then we'll drill down into that, but just know this information for now. You will start to feel it. You might feel more anxious. You might feel like your fingers stuck in an electric socket, insomnia, excitement, foreboding, just the whole gamut is going to start to get stronger. And when you feel it, now you'll know why. All right, so number 2 on the list is the time I've been promising. The retrograde astrological tide major roll-in is beginning now. So not only do we have Mercury retrograde from September 10th through October 1st this month, with the shadow periods stretching for weeks before and after those dates, we also have Mars retrograde starting October 30th through January 12th, but the pre-shadow period, which is just as strong and especially significant since Mars is your co-ruler, that's going to start in the first couple of days of September. I'm not going to do a deep dive into all of what to know about Mercury and Mars retrograde this month, but definitely search for Annie Botticelli Mars retrograde, Annie Botticelli Mercury retrograde, and you can find the blogs and the videos that I've created to help you really master those transits and understand what to do, what to avoid, and why. But I will give you some tidbits that will be guides for this month and beyond to help you better understand the energies, okay? So the first thing to know is that it is very highly suggested to not force anything during retrogrades. The keynote becomes frustration and anger. And if you're trying to force something, or you have an agenda to make something happen, you can really make your life so much easier by just dropping the agenda. Sometimes that's not super easy for Scorpios. I know, I live with one, so I witness this energy at play all the time. It's, you get very passionate about a subject or very intent upon something, and you can go after that relentlessly. And that can be very wonderful for creation. But when you try to apply that same tactic when Mercury, and then especially Mars, is retrograde, it can often bring a lot of frustration. So if you just kind of set the note to be attuned at this time, and from now really until March of 2023, it's going to be very long, because the Mars retrograde cycle with its shadow periods is very long. Just kind of remember that if you're starting to feel frustrated, just take your foot off the gas, and you can float and coast and put it on cruise control and just kind of chill out. You get to especially get a break from yourself at this time. People who are ruled by Mars, I also know this well because I am one of them, because Mars rules Aries and I have Aries rising. Mars is a co-ruler for Scorpio. So people who have Mars as a ruler or a co-ruler are very driven people, right? So we're like living life on high impact all the time, whether that's internally through your emotion, as Scorpios tend to process it, or however it goes for you. This is a time where it's actually an overachiever's dream. You get licensed to not do so much, or to be directed towards specific tasks that are very clearly in front of you. And those will be decided by the universe, not necessarily yourself. If you have the agenda, you can drop that and just kind of see what shows up for to be what you're supposed to focus on. But you can get a break from yourself. You can kind of just get, I always love this time, having Aries retrograde, having Aries rising, because I get a break from myself. And I know that I just let my ambitions be low at that time. And instead of going crazy thinking, why are my ambitions low? I need to get to work. I just remember Mars is in retrograde. So maybe you'll remember the same thing. If your ambitions are starting to wane, if you're starting to get lazy, it might be a time where it's just better to relax anyway. So although this isn't a great time for certain things, Mercury's retrograde, contracts, trying to make too finite plans, trying to see too far into the future, trying to make commitments and long-term agreements, it's not as great for that type of energy. But what it is good for is staycations or last minute or flexible travel. It's really great for indulging in hobbies and fun, things that flow easily and unexpected, like I said, the last minute magic, reaping the rewards of past work, or revising or working on something in the backdrop, studying, learning, researching, anything having to do with taking calm action on unfinished business, things that are squeaking for attention, the leaky roof, the hedges that have to be trimmed, just like anything that is calling out for attention immediately in front of you that you may have been neglecting because you're doing things further and wider in these previous months. This is a time to just get that stuff done, or to work on some things proactively before an issue comes up. A lot of people are going to experience extra anger and just really feeling aggro with Mars retrograde. Some of that's going to be because they're trying to force things, and then, as we talked about, it's not the best idea to do that. But sometimes it's literally that just you have some anger issues that have to be dealt with, and maybe you thought they were dealt with and now they're back. Inner work is always my favorite thing to do in retrogrades, because anything that's unresolved will come up and you'll know. Sometimes at this time, it's your liver or gallbladder that is congested and it needs support. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you what to do. You need to work with your qualified practitioners to work that out. But I can tell you from the astrological perspective, a lot of times when we're feeling angry, especially when we've done inner work and think it should be dealt with already, it could be an imbalance in one of your meridians or your body systems, or maybe you're eating too much fat and your gallbladder is having a conniption fit. So attention to these types of things can actually help your stress levels significantly. Even something like, if it's, again, if your practitioner says it's okay for you, taking enzymes to help digest fat, or just eating less fat, or especially saturated fat. These kind of things can really help you. And one thing that I do want to mention, because I know I have a lot of fellow friends in my very healthy community who try to eat things that are really good for us and superfoods and such. Coconut oil has so many amazing benefits, but it has a lot of fat. And I've seen through being in the community, the healthy community for decades, that I've seen a lot of people, including myself, get into trouble eating a ton of coconut oil, thinking, oh, coconut oil has all these great traits. But then my gallbladder got really unhappy about that, and I'm still getting that worked out. So, and I have Aries rising, so this came to me as an awareness, through the astrology and such. So just kind of know that even if it's a healthy fat, if it's saturated, it may be causing you not only to have trouble with that organ, but also could be causing you to be less patient with the people in your life, carrying an edge where you might not want to be doing that, and causing problems for you with your intimacy because of something that's actually physiological and not because it's trauma. Sometimes we're angry because of things that happened in the past and we have to work out those emotional issues. But sometimes we're angry because there's congestion in the physical body. So these types of things might come up this month and beyond. September and beyond is great for experimenting with low stakes or short-term projects. If you want to, spend a little money on doing something small, just know that it's not the time for the big investments and the big projects as much, because you're likely to change your mind or it won't be as permanent as you think. But it's great for sprucing up and fixing things up, continuing things already launched. If you've got to throw out a marketing promo and it doesn't matter if it works out, it could work out really well. And going back to people or things from the past or things you did from the past can really pan out very well now. Okay, so next on the list, now that we know that you are in your retrograde flow, you're basically waiting on the beach for the tides to roll in and see what the tides bring you, or being that spider and waiting in your web to let the food come to you. Now we'll talk about number 3, and this has to do with what the planets, the personal planets, are doing and how that affects Scorpio people. Okay, so we've got the sun in Virgo, Venus is going to get to Virgo, Mercury is going to retrograde back into Virgo, and all of this is going to bring a lot of blessings for you, because these are all making 60-degree angles. These are sweet aspects. They are the ingredients on the counter aspect, where you're given some ingredients to do something great with, and those potentials can fizzle away if you don't take action and make the pie with the ingredients, okay? But you will have a lot of opportunities for detail-oriented things. If you've made any messes with your spending or other things over the summer, this could be a time to mop things up, to get disciplined with your health routine, to get disciplined with your supplements, to get disciplined with something with pets, walking your dog, or something that can be good for you and the dog. Because pets are ruled by Virgo, so that's why I'm mentioning that there too. Networking, friendships, things from the past, people could hold pieces for you to market your work. Okay, so let's see what else I wanted to talk about there. So even though the sun is going to be bringing a lot of powers of productivity and powers of focus, and you will notice that, and you can get a lot done with this. We also are going to have Mars in Gemini for a very long period of time, for the rest of this year, and for, a good bit of the first at least quarter and more of 2023. Mars in Gemini makes an awkward angle for Scorpio. So this whole time, there are going to be things in your intimate relationships, your things having to do with other people's resources, money, taxes, debt. Those kind of things are the other kind of things that you're wanting to get mopped up right now. So you might have kind of a little curve of things to evaluate or deal with there, but it is asking for your attention, and you might need to get some support or help from other people, like professionals, or maybe money managers or credit managers, or maybe you're doing estate planning or anything like that. Those kind of things are coming up very strongly right now. The Mars energies are also going to be very scattered, because Gemini goes in a circle, okay? It's a spiral, and so you might be a little bit scattered with some things that you're trying to do, even as all those Virgo energies are making you hyper-focused. So just kind of be aware that those are two opposing forces that could be manifesting in different ways. You might find that taking frequent breaks to stretch, or to take a walk, or to breathe, or to do something in between the things you're getting done could make you be much more productive, because Mars in Gemini is much more productive when working in short spurts, and Scorpio people don't generally do things that way. They usually kind of hunker down and get involved in a project, but you might do better to have frequent breaks and get up and stretch and stuff like that. Okay, so number 4 on the list has to do with the sweet and salty profile of the month and the trines. We've got 6 trines this month, and 5 of them are earth trines, which are feeding in beautifully for beautiful aspects to your water sign. So 5 of the 6 aspects are directly linking in a positive way to you. So this is very good news. Now we've got equal sweet and salty aspects. If you don't know about my sweet and salty aspects, these are the nice ones versus the challenging ones. I do a write-up of all of the sweet and salty aspects, what you can expect from them, and I send them to your inbox 1 month early when you sign up for my free email newsletter at anniehelpsyou.com. I only send out 3 newsletters a month for the most part, so, and they're all content rich with stuff that can, all the resources that I make that can help you. So you definitely want to go there to get the sweet and salty list so you know what's coming. But I will give you some of the sweet ones here in this list, and that is from September 11th through the 28th. We've got 6 trines. 5 of them are earth trines. 3 of them, all right, let's see where we want to start. The Sun and Venus are going to give a kiss to Uranus, okay? And they're going to kiss each other. So this is bringing spontaneous outcomes. And also first, remember that these are Earth trines. These are tangible, fiscal, material, security-based, you know, things that you can see visibly, productive, types of blessings and kisses. There's probably going to be a tilt to the past because of all the retrograde energy. Some new stuff could come in there, but this is what's going on. So Uranus, the Uranus ones can bring surprise, innovation, you know, sudden breakthroughs. And those are centered around 18 degrees. So everyone in the zodiac can get the kiss, especially earth and water signs. But if you're near 18 degrees, so we'll say 13 degrees through 23 degrees, so that's like November 3rd or 4th through like November 13th or 14th, and the closer to like November 8th or 9th, the more of the kisses that you get from that one. The next series, which is happening in the same period of time from September 11th through the end of the month, is the Sun and Venus and Mercury with Pluto, your ruling planet, your official ruling planet. So this is even more exciting because it ties again back into you. So Venus brings in that money and love and romance and finances and esteem. And the Sun, you know, is your energy levels and your inspiration. And Mercury is the communication, the transportation, the mobility, and all of that getting beautiful support from other people's resources or shared resources or ethereal resources through the Pluto connection. Everyone gets the kiss, especially earth and water. Anyone close to 26 degrees, so late degree friends, you guys get the kiss for this one, all right? So we'll say 21 degrees to the rest of the sign. So that's like November 11th through the rest of the sign, and the closer you are to like the 16th, 17th-ish, the more you get the kiss from that one. Okay, so there is another trine with Mars in Gemini and Saturn in Aquarius, which is the last one at the end of the month. And you can also get wonderful kisses from that, from Saturn, the taskmaster, and Mars, your co-ruler. So number 5 on the list is the full moon in Pisces. I have been doing specialty reports on the new moons and full moons, but I haven't been uploading those until like closer to the moon events. But I'll give you the heads up now because this is a water sign. This is sweet for you. This can have a lot to do with your romance, love, kids, creativity, fun, bucket list projects. So all of that's being accentuated. So in the days around September 10th, you've got all of those extra goodies, also inspiration, artistic expression, spiritual development and expansion, extra kisses for all the water signs because it's making a trine for you. And the closer to 17 degrees, the more you get the kiss. So we'll say 12 degrees to 22 degrees and the closer to 17 degrees. So that's going to be the same people who are going to get that Sun, Venus, Uranus kiss pretty much. So we'll say like November 2nd through like the 12th or 13th, and the closer to like the 7th or 8th, the more you get the kiss from the full moon in the days around September 10th. But it can bring inspiration and spiritual breakthroughs for all. Okay, so I've given you lots to work with to help you make the most of the energies this month and to help you understand the energetic patterns at work and play. And if you'd like more resources, I've got all of these here. You can additionally go to the little more button, the little arrow underneath the bottom right of the video. Click on that and all of the links that I'm giving you here will be clickable, right? So if you're looking for reading options, including a beautiful, very detailed 45-minute audio of your birth chart for $33 from my brilliant husband, you can find that at anniebclarity.com. You can go to anniehelpsyou.com, sign up for my free email newsletter. This is where you can access running a free birth chart. This is where you access my 28-day in-depth virtual coaching program called Shine for free. This is also where you'll find tons of blogs, and you get lots of other perks for being on my newsletter list. If you're looking for written horoscopes by me, always up a month early, you can go to cozybysweetstarlight.com. If you haven't seen this site, go to it. It is so beautiful. We've got me and my team have lots of amazing astrology-inspired blogs and healthy living blogs. We've got hypnosis for all the signs. We've got healing frequencies for all the signs. I've got the written horoscopes that I write. We have yoga for all the signs. So it's just a very beautiful, comprehensive site. If you're looking for free courses on how to manifest money and wellness, you can go to lumelife.com, my school, Luminous Life Multiversity, LUMLIFE. You can also find my astrology education courses here, including my behemoth of a master course called Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery Course, which you can fully utilize even if you don't want to be a professional astrologer, but it certainly will get you up to the level where you could be and show you how to make your business a success. And payment plans are available there too. Now, I've also got 2 books out and more on the way. Planetology, How to Align with the Natural Rhythms of the Universe. You will find this on the bookshelves in all major booksellers, including all the Books A Million, all the Barnes & Nobles. It's right there on the shelf. Plus, you can get it on Amazon and through any independent bookseller. And you can find Radical Prayer on Amazon, and you can order it anywhere as well. So I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.